Kevin here. Wanted to make this video to show you a pretty cool new update. We haven't done a real gameplay update in quite a while, and now I'm excited to say that we have. It's something probably little, but I think it'll be interesting, especially if you guys make content with it, share it, and we'll just see where it goes. So, of course, the update today I'm talking about is the force field update. And so what this is going to be is a way to have a circle around your tank that doesn't let projectiles come in, but lets them go out. So I'll go ahead and just show you. I have a pre-made map here, and we'll select our force field map. This is on the developer server. We'll connect to our match. And you can see that when we join, I've placed these two little demo force fields. And so this one, you can see I shoot out of it. Everything works perfectly fine. But you can see here, when I try to shoot into it, it doesn't let me. And so that's kind of the very simple but hopefully interesting premise of the force field, is that it's something where the inside is obviously a very valuable space to be in because you have some like shield basically from outside elements. And to be outside of it is obviously not as good. And so hopefully this will create some kind of hotspots on the map where people are really trying to rush towards these areas and gain an advantage that way. The other thing that I'm kind of excited about is obviously this is different. These are not square, despite the game being BlockTanks. These are round. And so this was an intentional decision, mainly because, one, actually, it's easier to program this way. But then also, I really wanted to try something where the bounces are a bit less readable. And so, shooting at a 90-degree angle, like where the walls are always 90 degrees, that kind of makes the bounces of the bullets pretty predictable after you've played a little while. But with this, you can see it's very, or it's at least much more difficult to read how the bullet is going to react when it hits the side of the force field. So hopefully that will get some interesting, like just projectile gameplay into the game where you really have to think about where the bullet's coming from and where it's going to go. So that's the premise of the force fields. Now, with everything else in BlockTanks, these force fields are available for you to use as the player, for you to put into your own maps and having your own private matches, or hopefully eventually public matches, as our community management team goes through the submissions and looks at different maps and tries to see which ones could work in a public setting. But yeah, so I'm going to show you guys how you can make these kinds of maps. I'll go ahead and leave, and we'll go back to this host game menu and click this button that allows us to view our map homepage. And I'm going to go ahead and edit that map we were just on, which is the force fields map. And so it's going to load up our map editor. You can see where those force fields were. We have these two little rings, and those are the force fields. And so if you want to place them down, you can go to this experimental folder and grab the force field, place it down, and that's pretty much it. The other thing you can do is you can edit how big the force field is. You may have noticed those two force fields were different sizes. That's because this one, or actually these are undefined. We got to fix that. But this one has a diameter of 3, which you can edit here, and the other ones have different diameters. And so that's the diameter of the force field in terms of blocks. And so a force field of a diameter of 3 would be about that big. So that's pretty much all there is to it. And so if you guys have like questions or things you want to see, like suggestions for how this feature could be used, let me know in Discord or the YouTube comments, or even by email. I'm responsive on all 3 of them. So hope you enjoy this feature, and I will see you in the next video.